Why was it important for you to get over here and do this interview?
Commander Peter Chance is a legend in the Navy, an incredible career. We heard about him and had the opportunity to get in touch with him, and he agreed. And I think it's very important that we record his story for the Juno Beach Center and for future generations of Canadians.
And May 43, I joined Skeena. And from May 43 until the time she was lost in Reykjavik off Iceland. In preparation for D-Day, I was in Londonderry, where we had 5 jetties, 5 ships deep at each jetty. And when, as they say, the balloon went up, why, we all trooped out of Derry in line ahead and down past into the Irish Sea and down to the channels. When D-Day hit, of course, we were all moved out into our positions. But before that happened, the weather was terrible. So the great armada of ships coming in to land in front of the beaches of Normandy had to turn back.
Have you been able to find a lot of Navy veterans? Because Canada used to have one of the largest navies in the world back in the Second World War.
Second World War, we were the 3rd largest Navy at the end of the war. And we're always looking. So if anybody knows of anybody that they would think that would want to be interviewed, we'd be happy to talk to them.
And they went out to sea again, they turned around, and they came in the next day. Then they were able to get alongside and open up the bombardment. Anyway, all that was very exciting for a lot of us. And yours truly, as a young 20-year-old and a bit, it was quite an eye-opener and part of my history that I remember very vividly.
I feel so honored to meet these people. It seems like we meet them and instantly become almost like old friends. My father was in the Second War, and he did talk about it. I heard stories from my father, late into his life that I'd never heard before, and it was really emotional to hear those things. And my father was, well, he was in the hospital for a few days, but that was his own fault.
Well, you think about Remembrance Day, and the big chant at the end of the service is always, "We will not forget." And I guess this is a way to make sure that doesn't happen, because it'd be so easy for these lives to end, after some of them very long lives, and to never be documented. No one really gets to hear the story unless someone takes the time to put the camera on.
Yeah, and that's something that I've always done, and I know, Robin, you have a passion for it as well. We share that passion in being able to document these things because, I know after we do it, there's so many people that are so appreciative of it, and we enjoy doing it. It's my passion to do it, and if people can go to the junobeach.org and see these things, I think they'll be really touched by some of these stories. It isn't all gruesome either. There's some amazing, funny stories.
I was started off as a Joe boy, and the engineer officer was a hell of a nice guy, Johnny Long. He called me a half-baked limey because I spoke with a very marked UK accent. Hello, chaps, and all that sort of thing, you don't know. Anyway.
I got to say, has it been fun? Working with Chris on this project has been just such a pleasure. He relates to the veterans relate to him, but the best part is that he can capture it.
We could see the beach. We were all in a line and firing, and we had bigger vessels, cruisers and battleships behind us, and they were firing over us with 1-ton bombs, and we had a 4.7 pea shooters in comparison. But we all added to the not only the noise but the effectiveness to assist the guys landing. Our duty was to prevent submarines from getting into the channel, to harass our people. They came out, the submarines came out, protected on both sides by what they call flak ships. These were heavily armed trawlers that had all kinds of anti-aircraft stuff with them. And when at a vantage point for us, we opened fire on them, and that was the end of those guys. And so we protected our people getting up into the channel.
So it's junobeach.org. It's a website, and you just have to look under history, Legacy of Honor videos, and you'll have our entire lineup.
And if I was to go to Juno Beach, are some of these available at Juno Beach on screens? Can you see some of these veteran accounts even at the location where these people served?
We're looking to improve and an upgrade from 2003 when the Juno Beach Center was opened. We're very excited about creating a Room G, which is it's all about Canada and the Canadians. The veterans set that up. And so we want to revamp it now. It's been over 20 years. And we'd like to talk about some of these Legacy of Honor videos in that room.
It's a record of the trials and tribulations of a wartime sailor, I guess. But I consider myself so really lucky, you know. And people were very supportive to the old guy. And I look back on it and I think for others following in my footsteps, the kind of examples that I had, that they might be of use to other generations coming forward.